Hey guys, welcome back to Almost Every Monday. I'm Katie.
And I'm Madison.
And we're here to catch you up on what you missed this week.
Yeah.
First, our vibe checks. We're planting the vibe checks in the beginning of the podcast because I just feel like the recap, it needed a refresh. Yeah. And this is...
We'll keep it simple and short.
Yeah, and my personal opinion is that's more fun, and that's what I want to be about. So Madison, you want to do your vibe check?
Yeah. Okay, we're going to do favorite thing we did. What we're watching, listening, reading.
Maybe not all of them if you listen to anything new this week.
And then what eating, drinking.
Yeah.
My favorite thing I did, I'm trying to remember. I worked a normal week. Friday was really fun. Our year-long interns, they're rotating departments right now. And so, like, they're rotating into their summer and final rotation. And so we got to celebrate with our current year-long in the housekeeping department. And we went to lunch, but the boys in the department were both off or out of town.
That is fun.
And so it was just the girlies, and we went to lunch in town, just the three of us, and it was really sweet and fun. And then, like, when we got back to work, it was like raining, and everybody was just kind of like, it's Friday. And so, like, we ended up going home a little bit early, but also just kind of like half working, half playing. We like cleaned the office, but we're also like talking the whole time. So that was really fun. A sweet day as our last day with our intern before we get to for the summer, which will be fun and new and exciting. For what I'm watching, I feel like I've watched somewhat a lot. I'm trying to think. I watched The Idea of You yesterday, the Anne Hathaway movie. It was pretty good. It's based off of a Harry Styles fan fiction.
Right.
And so it just the main guy, Nicholas, I don't really remember how to pronounce his name correctly. I just watched him say it so that I could learn, but I've already forgotten. It's like Galitzine or something like that.
I've never seen him before, him being in this movie.
Really? He's been in a lot of like Netflix, Amazon, those movies.
What else has been in?
Purple Hearts.
Cinderella
with Camila Cabello.
First off, number one, I don't watch horror movies, so I definitely didn't watch Purple Hearts. Second off, it's got to be a Purple Heart is like a military thing.
Yes, he's in the military, but it's not war.
Is it like he's in the military, like that Zac Efron movie where he was in the military and now he's not?
Essentially, yeah.
And then I did not watch the Camila Cabello Cinderella either.
He was Red, White, and Royal Blue. Did you watch? I don't know.
No, I didn't, because I hadn't read the book yet, and I think I kind of want to read the book, so.
Okay. Well, he's been in a lot of, like, smaller-ish films, but, yeah, anyways. You could just tell that he, like, studied Harry Styles and, like, One Direction clips. Like, me and Tatiana, who is also obsessed with One Direction and Harry Styles, she and I and Ashlyn, we were all on the couch watching it together. And, like, the amount of times that we would, like, gasp and, like, point out exactly what video of Harry Styles it was. Wow. Like, at one point in it, he's doing a solo performance, like, in the 5 years later, like, fast forward thing. And we literally were like... Harry Styles, Girl Crush, BBC Studios. Like, the lighting, the stage, everything was identical. And I was like, no way. Like, but then in all the promo and, like, the press stuff that he's been doing, like, he hasn't mentioned One Direction at all. I'm so intrigued. He's not. But he's like saying, we watched a lot of BTS videos, or like, naming other bands and celebrities.
Didn't Harry Styles get a restraining order on the writer of this Wattpad fan fiction?
Not this one, but Anna Todd, who wrote the After series. Yes.
That's also based on Harry Styles, the After series?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Well, in my head, he wouldn't mention it because they're probably not really, like, their publicist probably told them not to.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's so obvious, but it's crazy that they're not even being like, oh, One Direction. So that's what I watched. I would think I would rate that, maybe like a 7 out of 10.
It's pretty good.
I think it's pretty good, but like, obviously cheesy. It's based on a fan fiction.
Right.
But honestly, Anne Hathaway,
I love her.
killed it. I feel like she was very believable in like her role, because I mean, essentially, she was like playing herself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh,
like,
I was
same age.
Is she married?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, because she plays like a 40-year-old mom.
Oh,
and, like,
she is married.
Oh, slay.
Adam Schulman. Do you know who that is?
Let me see.
He's an actor and a producer, but I mean, like...
Can I see a picture?
Yeah, sorry. I thought I showed you. He kind of looks like old Ryan Reynolds.
Okay. Reading. I started the Emily Henry book.
Oh, yeah. No spoilers, because I'm going to read it. But...
No. I listened to like 5 hours of it yesterday.
That's a lot for you. You usually...
I know.
Tap out of those books.
I know. Hold on, let me see actually how much I listened to. I think it's between
You already
4 and
got
5.
it on Libby?
Yeah. Because I put in the thing like forever ago. I'm 36%.
I looked at it yesterday and it was like 23 weeks.
Oh, yeah,
but I'm just going
sure.
to borrow it from Kindle.
I'm on chapter 12. So yeah, I'm right at 4 hours in. 36%, if you will. That text.
Ooh.
I think it's good. It's not like the best. I feel like I really love People We Meet on Vacation. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. I really loved that one. That's also the first one of hers that I read. And so maybe that's why I like it so much. But
I think that's a common theme with Emily Henry. Most of my friends that like Emily Henry, the first one they read is their favorite, me included.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obsessed with Happy Place.
Yeah.
And it was the first one I read, whereas I feel like you guys aren't that obsessed with it.
No.
And then, like, I liked Beach Read, but, like, I like Happy Place so much more.
Yeah. Like, I want to reread People We Meet on Vacation, and I've already, I think, read it twice. So, I just don't remember.
Right.
But the main guy in it who...
Hello?
Who's, like, the love interest. He's, like, just not my vibe. Like,
Whose vibe is he?
I don't really know.
Can
like,
you tell me what the premise of the book is?
Yeah. So, what I know so far, without spoiling anything. So there's this girl. Don't remember her name.
The main character, you don't remember her name?
No.
Actually, to be fair,
I just remember
I couldn't tell you
name.
the main character of Happy Place's name.
I know Win.
Yeah, I know the guy is Win.
How do I get to... Oh, there it is. Daphne. Daphne is her name, which is an odd name.
Different.
Yeah. And then Peter, she was engaged to Peter, and then Peter broke off the engagement the day after his bachelor trip to be with his childhood best friend. Mm-hmm.
Wait, a guy?
No.
Oh.
A girl who was on the bachelor trip. And they both confessed their feelings while on the bachelor trip. And then Petra, who's the childhood best friend, her ex that she was living with then had an empty room. Daphne was kicked out of the house because it was Peter's house that he paid for.
Bro, I can't stand this guy.
Yeah. And so now she moves in with Petra's ex, Miles.
Harriet. That was the girl in Happy Place. That's why I remember it. I don't really like that name.
Yeah. And so now it's like Miles and Daphne
are living together. Okay.
And kind of like where they're going to go from there. I don't know.
What's he like? Why don't you like him?
One of her coworkers describes him as like, man, I wish I could remember the exact phrasing, but it's like his big burly tattooed drug dealer guy.
He's a drug dealer?
No, but he looks like one.
Oh.
Like he's just like...
I think I would like that.
Yeah, I think you would. I was gonna say maybe you're burly, into.
So if you have small muscles, come after her.
But he was like, But he also wears Crocs all the time.
No, canceled.
That's like on the cover. The cartoon art is wearing Crocs.
Why is that like a distinct personality trait?
I don't know, but I'm scared of it. Yes, if you wear Crocs, please don't hit my line. Seriously, if you seriously wear Crocs.
Like if you have to wear some of the people in the kitchen.
He does work at a winery, but I'm like,
no, you should not wear Crocs if you work at a winery. That's horrible. Where is it set?
In Michigan.
That's boring to me.
But I think their chemistry is good so far. Yeah.
I'm excited to read it. I'm gonna read it soon.
I'm feeling like it's gonna get me out of my little slump.
That's good. I do feel like you're intrigued by it.
I fear.
I fear.
Yeah, I think I'll keep listening. I'm scared that I won't finish it within the 2 weeks though, because it's already been 4 or 5 days. So
you need to listen to it on our way to the winery later. You need to listen to it in the car every time you're in the car.
I was like, we're gonna be together, but we won't. Sad.
I really just depressed.
Anyways, what was the last one that we were supposed to talk about?
Drinking, eating. Did you eat anything yummy this week? I don't really know what I ate.
We did eat dinner together one night at the new houses.
Yes, we did. We had tacos.
Yeah, we had tacos. I feel like I always love that meal.
It's my favorite meal that
I feel
or that anybody else has ever made for me when I've gone to their house.
Yes, I feel like oftentimes when I go to other people's houses, I don't actually get full, or I won't eat until I'm full. I just stop because the conversation gets spicy or something.
Well, sometimes also people I feel try to wow you with what they make you. They're like, oh, let's make this chicken, and I'm like, I would rather serve somebody what I eat all the time.
Yeah.
When Sydney comes over, Sydney's one of my friends. She's one of the yearling interns. I always make chicken sausage and orzo because it's one of my favorite meals, and so she also likes it. I would rather just make what we like eating, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Unless somebody has an allergy. When you guys came over for dinner, I didn't make orzo because Ashlyn was there and she's gluten free. But
yeah,
I feel the new houses do that well. They just make you what they like to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I love something about that rice that they make.
You should buy it and make it.
So good. Yeah. Probably. Trying to think if I don't think I had anything else fun this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is slay.
Yeah. Okay, vibe check.
My vibe check is, I have 2 favorite things I did, so I'm already breaking the rules. One, which we'll get into this at the end of the episode, Survivor this week was actually insane. Yeah. And we all watched it together, and it was me, you, Jackson, Dawson, Tati, and Justin. And so it was really fun to have all of y'all over and watch it together. It's just so much more fun when we watch it all together. Mm-hmm. So that was one of my favorite things we did this week. And then our best friends Emily and John came into town this weekend, and that was also really fun. And yesterday we just went to get coffee and played bananagrams, and then we got lunch with Justin too, because John and Justin are friends, and we went to Alpharetta and came back and played pickleball, and so that was really fun too. And then I don't really have anything for listening because I'm still just listening to Tortured Poets, so it's boring for me to say. Watching, we did finish Ted Lasso, and I was pretty upset about it. I wanted to save it and then literally on
never finish it.
Well, not never, but maybe this, I was really sad. But we finished it on Sunday or Monday. I think it was Sunday. It was right after we recorded, so it must have been Sunday. And
we recorded on Saturday.
Yeah, but I don't think what did we do on Saturday? We didn't eat dinner at home on Saturday.
No. We went to Reformation.
Yeah, so we watched it the next night when the next time we made dinner at home, which was Sunday. So we watched it, and I won't say much because we'll talk about it. We can talk more about it when Madison finishes it. But I just was disappointed by the ending. And in legitimately the second to last episode, they introduced 2 more new characters. What? And I'm just like, I just was sick of it. Like, I feel like there were a couple things too that they really didn't give us like resolution on, like 2 pretty big things. And so I'm kind of like, that sucks. There is, I'll save it for when you finish it, but there was one thing that happened that I was not expecting, but like in a good way. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is actually really sweet. And I'm really glad. Like, I wouldn't have chosen that, but I'm glad that that was the thing. Like, that happened. But I'll talk about that when Madison finishes it. Reading. Actually, I can talk about this so fully because you've read this book. Oh my gosh. I finished in 5 years.
Oh, yes.
I wish that I hated it. I hated this book. I hated it. Oh, first off, I'm just going to read you my Goodreads review. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm so irate.
I don't know if I had Goodreads when I read it.
Kendall texted me and asked me why I didn't like it, and maybe I'll just clip this and I'll send it to her.
So true.
I said, this book is getting 2 stars because I can't do 1.5.
2 stars.
It's only getting that extra 0.5 because it was so confusing that I did read it quickly. But honestly, what in the world? First off, let's call it how it is. Danny's not in love with David because she's in love with Bella. The way that Danny talks about her relationship with Bella, she's like, my Bella, I'm her protector. I'm like, you're just in love with her. Like, and that's fine. Like, it's okay to be lesbian, but like, just say that. Like, I'm like, honestly, Bella's pretty free spirited. She probably would have dated you. Like, I'm just like, the way that Danny was so, and like, I get it. Like, I love my friends, but like the way that she was so obsessed with her, I was like, you just like her, and that's okay. That's okay, girl. Just say that. Okay. So that's that. Second, she's in love with Bella and a horrible friend at the same time. There is no good way to spin kissing your best friend's fiance when she's literally dying. There's no good way to spin that. No good way. When what's his bucket? I don't even know the guy's name. Greg, Aaron, I think he goes by both. When Aaron takes Danny to the apartment, and I mean, Bella is literally a week away from dying, if that. When he takes her to the apartment and they kiss, I was like, what? Like, no, absolutely not. And then for them to sleep together and it just mean nothing? No. I sure hope Becky Girl did not categorize this as a romance book because it is anything but. And by Becky Girl, I mean Rebecca Searle. I'm just like, there's just no good way to spin kissing your best friend's fiance. Especially not when she's dying of ovarian cancer. I'm like, what? And like at the end, there's like, you know, those suggestions for like questions for book clubs. And one of the questions was like, gosh, I don't even know where the book is. I think I already put it up. Actually, no, I'm going to go get it because I'm passionate about this. Oh, here it is. Let me get this out, bro. Okay. Were you surprised that Danny and Aaron kiss when he reveals that the apartment is a gift from Bella? Yeah, I sure was. Do you think it amounts to a betrayal of Bella's trust? What? Do I think it amounts to that? Yeah. Yeah, I sure do. Like, okay. How does Danny and Aaron's connection to Bella intensify their own relationship? Goodbye. Intensify? No. You don't just get to... I hated it. Like, I read this whole thing and I was like, the fact that she so dared to kiss her best friend's fiance when she's dying and then sleep with him right after she dies and then them not even date is actually the crappiest thing that anyone's ever done. I'm like, at least be in love with him and like date him like Brooke or like Peyton and Lucas in One Tree Hill. Like, at least marry him and have kids with him. The fact that you just then were like, I'm gonna go date her cancer doctor. Like, you're just obsessed with her. I actually can't. I actually couldn't stand the book at all. Honestly, I feel bad for David. Like,
oh my god. So I gave it 5 stars.
Like, how?
I don't remember the book, bro. I read it 2 years ago. Like, literally. March 2022.
You have no thoughts on it?
No, I don't leave reviews.
Well, no. I meant, like, right now in your head.
Oh, I don't remember the plot of the book.
I just told you it all.
Yeah, but, like, the, like, little details, you know, I don't remember.
There is no detail that spins this in a good light. And then someone told me...
I'm not saying that I am justifying their actions. I'm just saying it was a juicy book.
Oh, it was juicy,
that I
all right.
enjoyed reading.
Someone told me that I must come to grips with magical realism. Someone told me that in response to my review. And I was like... Magical realism has nothing to do with it. Like, I thought it was kind of cool that she, like, woke up 5 years later and, like, she got a glimpse of that. I think that affected most decisions she made after that, but, like, whatever. I'm not upset about the magical realism. I'm upset about the realistic fact that she kissed her best friend's fiance. That has nothing to do with magical realism. I was like, okay. So, I mean, I read it quickly because I was so confused as to how it all lined up, but anyway. That's that.
What you eating and drinking?
This week I made my own cold brew.
Oh. Last week you told us about your recipe.
I did. I made my own cold brew because Nespresso pods are expensive. So I was like, okay, maybe I can go on and off between, like, buying a pack of Nespresso pods. A pack of Nespresso pods probably lasts me like a week and a half. And just making cold brew and drinking that. And the cold brew is fine. I just like, I mean, maybe this is everyone. I just like lattes, like, with espresso in them more than I like just iced coffee. Mm-hmm. And honestly, this is nice because I don't have to make it. Like, it's already in a jar in my fridge. But I make iced coffee with my pour over, and it, like, is the same. Like, I don't know that... And the coffee people are going to come for me. And I love coffee. But I just don't know that there's that much difference between, and, like, brewing hot coffee and turning it cold, which is what I do with my pour over, and brewing it cold. Like, I don't really feel like there's that much of a difference.
I have no idea.
Again, maybe the people are going to come from me. But I would love any and all advice. Like, I looked up a couple videos on the cold brew. It is pretty strong. I have to add water to it. Like, it's kind of like a concentrate almost. But, like, it smelled so good, and then I tasted it, and it tasted like liquor. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, obviously, then I add, like, a little water, and then I add, like, almond milk and creamer to it, and it's fine. But, like, I was just like, I don't know. Like, I just like the espresso so much more. But it's fine. It just is, like... I could just make a pour over and turn it cold, and then I'll be fine. Mm-hmm. But it is nice because it's already made. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I looked up a bunch of videos, and I put, like, 1.5 cups of... They said to get dark roast, and I don't like dark roast, but they were like, it's better for the cold brew, and I was like, whatever. And so I got dark roast, and honestly, the roast, I feel like, is not really an issue in it. I just think that I mean, maybe this is everyone's consensus. I just like espresso more than I like iced coffee. I put, like, a cup and a half of espresso, or a cup and a half of, like, ground dark roast espresso beans. Finely ground. And then I put 4 cups of water. So if you have any advice, I guess let me know. But, like, I don't feel like it's bad. I had Emily try it this morning, and she was like, I mean, I feel like that's what cold brew would taste like if I got it from Starbucks. So, like, I feel like it's fine. Mm-hmm. But I just think that I don't like it. I mean, like, it's, like, fine. I just feel neutral about it.
Do you like cold brew from Starbucks or, like, other places?
I like the idea of it, but sometimes Starbucks cold brew gives me a headache. Especially their nitro, because I think that has even more
it's more
caffeine in it, but sometimes it gives me a headache. I like it. I just, like, feel like but I like their espresso iced lattes better. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe that's just who I am.
Maybe it's not a cold brew girly.
Yeah, I'm like, again, I do like it. I'm just like, The only pro of this over just making iced coffee for my pour over is that this is already made. And I don't have to, like, make it every morning. But, like, I don't really mind making it. So that's my review. And that's my vibe check.
Okay. Colleen Hoover?
Yep. Big Colleen Hoover week.
Yeah, lots of news about Colleen Hoover this week. 2 of her most famous books, right?
Yeah, I would say these are her 2 most popular books.
It Ends With Us, which we've talked about before, having Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni on for the movie. There were photos shared as, like, the first look exclusive from People magazine.
And these pictures are way better than, like, the paparazzi pictures we were seeing on the street, I will say.
Yeah, which, I mean, yeah. It looks like they're inside his restaurant that he's working at. It looks like when she goes... Doesn't she go with, like, her mom or something?
She goes to dinner with her mom and the guy, or Ryle, because it's like her mom, like, asked to get dinner and like Lily doesn't want to say no, and then Ryle's like, she already had plans with Ryle, I think, and so he was like, I'll just go with you. So it was something like that. Yeah. And it was like, it looks like their second or third date, and he, like, already met her mom. Yeah.
It looks like that is the scene that's going on.
Yeah, and then, like, Atlas is the waiter, and she's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, it says Justin Baldoni's been working on this for 5 years. Like, that's kind of crazy that he's been working on this for so long.
That is really crazy.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to say. This better be the best movie I've ever seen. Like, this better be, and not, like, obviously I already know what the storyline is, so, like, they can't really do much with the storyline. I'm saying the best, like, the most well-done movie. And I feel like it will be, because I feel like Blake Lively wouldn't waste her time. She doesn't do that many projects anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. I fear it won't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm a little nervous about it.
It doesn't come out till August.
Is it going to be in theaters?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it for sure is going to be.
We're going to have to go on a Tuesday.
Well, yeah.
I'm not paying full price for that.
I'm tempted. I would wait for you if you wanted me to, but we're going to be at the beach when it comes out, and I'm tempted to go see it at the beach because
When's it come out?
August 9th or something. What?
We'll chat later.
I'll wait for you if you want me to. But Madison did just betray me. She just watched a movie without me.
Okay, I did not know that you wanted to go see it.
I always want to see the movies with you.
Oh. Oh, that was really
she doesn't feel the same way.
Oh, now I'm gonna get cried. That was really cute.
Like, that's like my preferred way to see it. It's fine. Honestly, if I don't go with you, then I normally just don't go.
Yeah.
Because Jackson and I, like, are you crying?
A little bit.
Like,
now I can't stop laughing.
Yeah, which is why when you tell me you don't want to go see a movie, it hurts my feelings so much. Like, I asked Madison if she wanted to go see If with me, and she was like, no. And I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. I don't want to see it either. Just stupid.
I didn't realize you felt that way. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Okay, I'll go see more movies with you.
Okay, anyway, yeah, we'll get the ends of this together. I'll wait for you.
Okay.
Honestly, it's not that big of a deal to wait because we come back on the 10th.
Oh.
Like, we can just go
literally the next
We
day.
can just go see it on, like, the 12th, which would be the
Tuesday. Yeah.
13th, whatever. Anyway, so that movie's coming out. I don't know. I'm just, like, really hoping it's really good, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't have, like, super high hopes, but, like, the only place my hope is coming from is Blake Lively being in it.
That, honestly, same.
So...
My hope was also in Justin Baldoni. I love him. But not everyone
I don't know
loves
him as much.
Yeah. I've just watched Jane the Virgin 6 times, so...
Yeah.
I had the itch to rewatch it the other day, and I was like, I can't. I literally just rewatched it less than a year ago.
Her other book, Verity,
which is my favorite book by Colleen Hoover, and also, it honestly kind of ruined things for me because it's so messed up that I was like, oh, all books need to be, all thrillers need to be this messed up, and they just aren't. Anyway.
Yeah, it was announced that Verity is having a film adaptation by Amazon.
Hilary Seitz, I don't really know her, but she's writing the script. Nick and Tosca and Alex Headland will produce. I don't know much about them either. And there's not much information on it. It just is like, it basically just says that it's been picked up, it's in development. I mean, they haven't even finished the script, so it probably won't come out. I do think maybe, I mean, I feel like It Ends With Us was so drawn out, and I can't really remember why. I mean, I guess because of COVID, if he's been working on it for 5 years. So I'm hoping that this one will come out quicker. I'm kind of scared to watch it, though. Have you read Verity? I'm gonna say
I've only
this.
heard what you've talked about.
That if you have any plans on seeing it, I think it would prepare your heart well to read it first.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
What if I just look up spoilers?
You can do that, but I mean, it's jarring.
Really?
It is. I think it's going to be a really cool movie because it's one of those books that it's like you decide what you think happens, or you decide who you think is telling the truth. Kind of like none of this is true.
Yeah.
I mean, worse things happen in that book and none of this is true. But
yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. It's just like it's pretty intense. Like I think it's way more intense than It Ends With Us. Like, I mean, by miles. Anyway, so it's
I'm guessing it'll be like 2 years before it comes up.
Yeah, I would hope that they start filming at the top of next year. Like if they're writing it right now, they would
possible.
Take the rest of the year to like finish writing, casting.
Like 6 months.
Yeah, and then like if they film at the top of next year, then
isn't that crazy? How long it takes for like movies and stuff to get made? That's wild.
Well, it's a bunch of green lights and red tape, I feel like, too.
Sounded so professional. Okay.
But yeah, I think that like if they start filming at the top of next year, then it would be out by like maybe like spring of 2026.
Yeah. So exactly what I just said.
Yeah. No, I know. I was just giving a rigid timeline. But yeah, I mean, everything takes longer than we think it does, so. Yeah. I just realized we didn't read the topics out, but I guess we won't now.
Sorry.
Next is Maria was on Call Her Daddy. I want to get...
Bachelor Maria.
Sorry, yeah. Maria from The Bachelor.
Yeah.
I want to get more into... I used to be really good about listening to the Call Her Daddy interviews with people that I liked. Like, I don't listen to Call Her Daddy on the reg, but, like, I used to be better about, like, I listened to the one with John Mayer. I listened to the one with Post Malone, which wasn't that long ago, but recently I've just been lazy about it. Like, I didn't listen to the JoJo Siwa one, and I kind of wish I would have.
I'm scared of that.
Well, yeah, I'm scared of it, but I need to know what's happening. But Maria was on it, and she said a couple of things. The biggest thing she said is that she was offered The Bachelorette. She got pretty far into it. Like, they were about to do, like, all of her fittings and stuff. And she just said she didn't feel right about it, and she didn't feel like it's what she was supposed to do, so she backed out.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm like, because at that point, had you not signed contracts and stuff? I don't know.
Probably.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know the details of that. But she also, I think I might have sent this to you on TikTok, her story about when she found out her ex-boyfriend was cheating on her.
I think you might have.
She talked about this too. She was dating this guy, and he like went out of town for the weekend, and she was like staying at his place without him, and like had some friends over, and she had been suspecting that he was cheating on her because there'd be like some times when they like when he was out and she wasn't, and like he was like being really weird or like not really texting her back, like all this stuff. So she went to the doorman. This is insane. She went to the doorman and she was like, "Hey, I left my purse like outside of here in between like midnight and 3 a.m. Can we like look at the tapes to see like if somebody took my purse, blah, 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 whatever." And she sees on the tapes this girl like going into his apartment at like 3 a.m. And she was like, okay. So he came back, she didn't say anything about it. And then he had like some like, he owned a restaurant, I think she said. And he like had some event at his restaurant and he invited the girl, which is great. Like the balls on that man. Like, that's insane
crazy.
to invite all of your friends and family and your girlfriend, and anyway, I just got off track. Invite your girlfriend and then invite the girl that you're sleeping with.
Yeah, that is wild.
And so he invited her, he went up to her and like gave her a hug, like kissed her on the cheek, whatever. And Maria was like, who is that girl? Obviously knowing who it is. And he was like, you know, she's just a friend, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, and she was like, who is that girl? And she kept pestering about it. And finally, later afterwards, she was like, no, I know that she came over here and you cheated on her with me. She was wearing this dress, blah, blah. And he was like, obviously had no idea how she knew and how she knew what she was wearing. And he like tried to double down on the fact like they didn't do anything. And I'm like, it doesn't, even if you didn't, why did you have a girl at your house in the middle of the night and not tell your girlfriend? Like, do you not realize that that's still bad?
That's so crazy.
Anyway, so they broke up, and then Maria, like, has a mutual friend with this girl and, like, went out with her one night and said that, like, she's really great and all this stuff. And then she was like, well, I had to know if, like, this girl was worth cheating on me with, so I made out with her. And I was like, oh, my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, like, and she was like, I like women and men, like, I like men more, obviously, but, like, I don't care. And I was like, you're so funny. So
she is funny.
Yeah. She also talked about how she was friends with Nick Viall. Like, she was like, nothing's ever happened to us, but, like, we're good friends. She said that, like, her and Sydney did make up on the show, but, like, the show didn't air that. She's friends with Sydney now. Like, she doesn't have any.
I also saw a part, I don't know if it's the same part of the story or whatever, where she was, like, at her boyfriend's house, and in the, like, his and her sinks, there was, like, a toothbrush in the her side that, like, he clearly didn't use that side of the sink because all his stuff was on the other side. And she was like, whose toothbrush is that? And he's like, it's mine. I have two. Like, I just, like, one's, like, softer bristles. Like, I just switch between the two. And she was like,
I'm
what?
sorry, but if you're gonna cheat, like, at least clean up your tracks, bro. Like, anyway.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like,
she
what?
said that, like, she wasn't really sure if her relationship with Joey was gonna work in the real world. She also said when she freaked out about, like when she had that whole moment where she, like, almost left, she said it was because she knew that, like, they weren't supposed to be together, and she was, like, trying to make her leaving easier and, like, give herself an excuse to leave, because she was like, I want to leave on my own accord. I don't want him to, like, dump me because, like, I know he's gonna realize, like, all this stuff. So I feel like she was just kind of in her head, which, like, I get, like, I get it, like, whatever, you're in a weird environment. She also said she always wanted to go on the show, so oh my gosh, why does this keep reliving? She turned down The Bachelorette. She's not dating anybody right now. Okay. I think that was basically it, but
Yeah.
it was intriguing. I mean, it's kind of funny how, like, I wonder if these people are, like, and by these people, I don't mean, like, Post Malone or, like, John Mayer. I don't think John Mayer ever planned on going on Call Her Daddy, but, like, these people like JoJo Siwa and, like, Maria, like, do you think they're, like, holding out for Call Her Daddy? Like, I
feel like Maria probably
Yeah.
like, they probably have, like, a short list of podcasts that they would do that, like, makes sense. And
Yeah.
I'm like, for Maria, Call Her Daddy is definitely, like, the top one.
Did she do Nick Viall's? I feel like that's weird if she didn't, if they're, like, good friends.
I don't think so. I think Daisy did.
Daisy definitely did. I think Daisy is dating someone.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
It's, like, a guy she went to high school with.
That's cute for her. Maybe that's why she didn't do The Bachelorette. She was just talking to this guy, which is great.
Potentially.
But yeah, that was Maria on Call Her Daddy. Yeah. Lastly, before we get into Survivor, Sabrina Carpenter
Yes.
is appearing on SNL with Jake Gyllenhaal.
She's the musical guest.
Yeah, sorry, she's a musical guest. Jake Gyllenhaal's the host. Is that what they call it? What are your thoughts?
I think it's crazy, first of all. I think whatever, like, producer, I don't know who does the scheduling, was probably like
Oh, yeah.
in the corner.
They were rubbing
like,
their hands together.
Yeah, like, that's crazy, obviously. But then I'm like, I wonder. Okay, so you know how Taylor and Travis were there for, who was it? I don't even remember who.
Oh, they were there. I don't remember which one it was, but
I don't, what?
May 18th.
She introduced. Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Yes.
So I'm like, I wonder, because like her and Taylor are friends now.
Yeah, I mean, they watched Ice Spice together.
Yeah.
At
So I'm like, I feel like she would want to be there for her. And I'm like, how absolutely insane would it be? I don't even know like what's happening May 18th. She's probably not even in the country, but like,
oh, she's definitely not.
How crazy would it be if her and Travis showed up to Jake Gyllenhaal's hosting?
Have they even been in the same room? Really?
I don't know. Probably at like the Oscars or something.
Oh yeah, she's in Sweden that day. She's performing.
She's
in Sweden
so
that day.
busy.
Yeah, she's busy.
Well, like that would be bonkers if she was able to be there and be like, hey
guys, like what? Also, did you know that she's going to London twice?
She is.
She's going to London in June, and then she's going back in August.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I knew she was in London for my birthday.
And well, then she's going back the weekend of Shanna's wedding.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, I think it's crazy. I think that I think it just kind of like proves that like obviously Taylor Swift's friends are like loyal to her, and like her and Sabrina Carpenter are obviously really good friends, but like she's not like her friends can't just not do something because her exes are there, and I think she knows that. And while like honestly, I think that she holds a grudge towards Kim Kardashian more than she does any of her ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't really blame her, like...
No, I think so too, but I also think, like... Actually, I don't know where I was going with that.
Oh.
I think, like, Sabrina probably, like, texted Taylor and was like, oh my gosh, I just got SNL, like, I'm so excited. You'll never believe who the host is going to be.
Yes.
And she probably was like, oh my God, who? And then
like, Taylor probably thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, Taylor's probably like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, like I'm so excited for you. Have so much fun.
Jake is probably like, I wish I could back out of this.
Yeah.
Like, Jake Gyllenhaal's probably like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't normally tune into SNL. I normally just like watch clips on TikTok afterwards, but I will be studying this man's monologue.
People said that she's probably going to perform Nonsense.
Yes. Oh,
and her outro, have you seen those people's predictions for it?
I just watched one.
They're
so
like
funny.
something
about
like
the scarf.
Well, I saw one that was like the last line of it's like, and y'all already know like Jake is the best host. I forget the wording of it, but it's like Jake's the best host, but you already know that all too well or something. And I was like, if
I did see that one too.
Like, I'm like, that's pretty obvious, but if she had like some like subtle little something, like I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
Nonsense SNL outros. These ones that people are coming up with are so funny.
They're really funny.
Oh, yeah. Here's one guy.
Live from New York.
Yeah. I'm looking at this one right now. Okay, that one has nothing to do with Jake Gyllenhaal, but I'm sorry, I'm muting it because some of them are inappropriate. Oh, that one. Yeah, okay, I'll play that one. Hold on. Okay.
This city never sleeps, it's called NYC. Swifties wanna see me fight with Jake G. I'm too busy serving on live TV. My friend's scarf, it was red. To all my exes watching, go to bed. You probably can't my song stuck in your head.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's just like funny stuff like that I'm like...
oh my gosh. Separate side note, but kind of similar based on that. There was a clip that I saw on TikTok. I think I've seen it before, but I just like have blocked it out. It's from Taylor on her 21st birthday. She's at like a radio interview and she's wearing a red scarf. And they're like singing her happy birthday and like bring her a cake and all this stuff. And I was like,
That's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, maybe she'll say something about like at least my boyfriend showed up to my birthday. That could be a good little outro thing. But that would be, I don't know, like, I just feel like, it's not going to be as climactic as we're making out.
Oh,
like,
no. I think she'll be very, like...
professional.
Yeah, classy.
Her bathwater line was so funny. I mean, I didn't see Saltburn. I will never watch it in my entire life.
Yeah, don't.
But, I mean, that is just... It was criminal.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, please.
Sorry, before we started recording this part, I told you not to go down any rabbit trails, and now I'm going down the rabbit trails.
The turntables.
Talking about movies and things. My dad was working on The Summer I Turned Pretty this week.
Wait.
Yeah.
Jackson's sister worked on The Summer I Turned Pretty.
I wonder if they met.
I mean, this was like 3 weeks ago that she did it.
He did it like this week.
Yeah, she did it 3 weeks
I think
ago. She was an extra.
In Wilmington or something?
Yeah, she goes to UNCW. Sorry to air out your laundry, Abby, but...
Sorry, girl.
Yeah, she did it like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, my dad did it this past week, and he worked with Jeremiah.
OMG, did he get a pic?
No,
Bruh.
but they're not allowed to have like phones and stuff on. But he like texted me and was like, he said, in Wilmington, filming a scene for Summer I Turned Pretty. No, I'm not turning pretty. I'm a tech executive. And he said I had to work with Pretty Boy. He's very nice and funny. And then he just sent a picture of him from Google.
Right, obviously.
Not.
That is so funny that he called him Pretty Boy.
I know.
I can't.
Well, at first I was like, because he sent those in 2 separate texts on 2 separate days. Like he texted me on Tuesday that he was in Wilmington, then Friday that he worked with him. And when he sent that sent that he worked with Jeremiah, I thought he was referring to Drew Starkey because I had told him about that when he was working on Outer Banks.
Wait, Drew Starkey is on The Summer I Turned Pretty?
No.
Oh, you thought that he...
Yes, I thought he was back on Outer Banks again and worked with Drew Starkey because I had told him, I was like, if you're going to work on Outer Banks, like, you have to meet Drew Starkey and, like, get a picture or something. And so, like, my mind instantly went Drew Starkey, and I was like, what?
Bro, how do we get into this?
I don't know. I mean,
how does he do this?
I don't know. He's
We should interview him about his process.
Okay, Dad.
Next time he's in town, because he comes to Atlanta for them sometimes.
Yeah, he does. We could totally get in.
Next time, let's...
Like, big movies film in Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we should get him on and be like, okay, like, how do you get into
like,
this? Because I bet
movie...
other people are wondering.
Yeah, probably. Well, the movie, I just saw the trailer in theaters for the first time. It's the Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson movie where they like work at NASA and they're like faking the moon landing. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But my dad's in that. He like worked on it.
Do you think your dad thinks the moon landing was fake? I guess we can ask him.
I don't know. Well, that wasn't like part of the premise of the movie that my dad was told until the trailer came out. Like he didn't know that part because he told me about it months ago when he visited back in the winter and was like, it's just about like the moon landing and then like the lead up to it and all that. And then like when the trailer dropped, he was like, oh, it's about them faking the moon landing.
Oh.
Got it. So... Yeah.
I can't wait to watch Jackson's sister and your dad in The Summer I Turned Pretty.
I know, that's so funny.
I know.
That's crazy.
I think it'd be really fun if we interviewed him on how he gets into that. Like, I'm like,
I don't know how he started. I don't remember what the first thing was.
That's just funny.
He did like a bunch of HBO shows because they filmed around Charleston.
Oh, yeah. Well, and doesn't Outer Banks film in Charleston?
Yeah. I don't remember the first thing he did. I'm going to say the wrong thing because there's a show and a movie with very similar titles. Righteous Gemstones and Uncut
Gems.
I always think of Uncut Gems. That's the movie. That's not what he's in. He's worked on Righteous Gemstones, which is like about a church thing. I don't fully know the plot, but I think that's the first thing that he did. And then like, I know he's in like a Facebook group that like they post like the...
Yeah, I think that Abby got into it because I think that they asked... Abby's in a sorority at UNCW, and I think maybe they asked, like, the sorority and fraternities to, like, consider doing it.
Probably.
But anyway, that's so intriguing.
Yeah.
So catch interview with
So catch us at the Oscars next year.
Okay, lastly, Survivor recap. And this was a good episode.
Hey, we were giggling.
Yeah, we were giggling in
were
a
covering our
respectful
mouths.
way. Yeah, we were like, OMG.
Yeah.
We have made plans to go to Applebee's.
Yes. I'm actually really excited.
I think it'd be fun.
I think it would really be fun.
I probably wouldn't get a full meal there because I feel like every time I eat at Applebee's or Chili's, my tummy hurts. But
Yeah, but like
I could get a little
apps and
Yeah.
a drink or something.
Yeah.
Something fun.
Anyway, so okay. This episode starts. Last week they voted out Hunter, yes. So that was a big
fave.
loss. Jackson really didn't want to watch anymore because Hunter, he loves him. But Hunter didn't have a good social game. He had no allies. He had one and he got voted out. So,
Yeah.
Also, we didn't talk about this, but they announced that Survivor 50 is going to be returning
Yeah.
players.
When did they... Was that this week?
No, it was before we recorded the last podcast. We just forgot to talk about it because we were speed round.
So true.
But we'll get into that at the end and maybe talk about some players we'd like to see come back.
Okay.
Anyway, so they voted out Hunter. This episode starts reward challenge. First reward challenge, question mark, of like after the merge? Or have they done a reward challenge? Like a challenge that's simply reward. I don't really remember, but I feel like this is one of the first. Since the merge, at least. But maybe not. Anyway, whatever. So they did a reward challenge, and it was Applebee's,
Which is
just so funny.
It felt like classic Survivor.
Yes, it did. It really
Like,
did.
I don't think... In the last couple seasons, I don't feel like they've done, like, a big brand reward thing.
Yeah.
But, like, they used to do it every time.
Yeah. But so they did Applebee's, which is hilarious. And Liz talked about how she eats Applebee's with her daughter every Wednesday. Applebee's better capitalize on this, bro. Like, if they're not showing Survivor in Applebee's every week, like, you better turn that ish on. Like, I wonder how many people are going to go to Applebee's this week.
I know.
That's funny.
I bet a lot.
I bet so too. Anyway, so whatever, they do this, they like talk about that. Q wins the reward. Okay. Oh, I just dropped something. Q wins the reward, and he picks, first he picks Tiff, right? He definitely picked Tiff first.
Yes.
Then he picks Maria. Then, and Liz is, mind you, Liz has a lot of allergies. She hasn't eaten anything really except for the 3 pieces of popcorn last week.
Yeah.
And Liz is begging Q to pick her. And he picks Kenzie instead. And he says it's a business decision. And
Which is wild.
Liz is like turned away from the camera. And Jeff says, Liz, are you able to talk about what you're feeling right now? And she turns around and boy does she talk about it. She screams.
Screamed.
Like, nobody screamed like that on Survivor in seasons.
Yeah.
Like, she screams. She's really upset, which, people are emotionally drained. She hasn't eaten the whole time they've been there.
Yeah. She's like ranting.
Yeah, and she's going on and on to Q about how Q blew up her whole game, which I'm not.
She's like,
quite following
you guys
that
said
discourse.
that you haven't eaten. Well, I watched you eat yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's going on and she's like, Q, you blew up my whole game.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was like, huh? I was like, I don't really remember Q blowing up your game. But, I mean, I think Q's just done whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Someone's dragging somebody on the street. And then the funniest part of this to me, and this is so fair, Q literally goes, you wrote my name down at tribal council last night.
She's just like,
And the look on Charlie's face, Charlie was like, yeah, fair enough. Like,
what?
regardless of her allergies and regardless of like, whatever, if I was Q and she had written my name down the night before, I wouldn't have picked her either.
ain't no way.
Like, and I understood what he's trying to do. He was trying to get back in good graces with Tiff and Kenzie. I mean, it didn't really work.
Not at all.
He's still there, but like, it didn't really work. But whatever. So he doesn't pick her. She has a freak out. They go to the sanctuary. They have Applebee's. They spend the night there. And while they're there, I don't know where Q is, but Maria and Tiffany
he like walks off to the water.
Tiffany and Kenzie and Maria have a conversation about how like they're still gonna vote Q out. Then they get back to camp. They have an immunity challenge, a grip strength immunity challenge.
Yeah.
And Charlie wins. It's the second week in a row he's won immunity. Which right now Charlie and Maria are my favorites. I like them a lot. And I think that they're pretty well-rounded players. And Tiff is like the runner-up to him.
Yeah.
And then
Tiff and him go head-to-head for like quite a while.
Yeah. Oh, also before this, Jeff offered them rice again, and they denied it. But then he was like, but if an individual wants to sit out for rice, I'll give you an individual portion of rice. And so Liz sat out. Which I was like, Liz, if you don't sit out in the first place, even before the individual rice, like, I have no sympathy for you. Like, whatever. So she sat out, she got the rice. And then, which is so funny to me, I'm like, if I get it, like, I do get it sometimes. I'm also not that, like, I'm not a very, like, well-rounded athletic person. Like, I'd be running and going to the gym, but like I'm a very average athletic person. Like, most people can beat me in things, and that I'm not like upset about that, but like like if I was going up against that with these men with strong forearms, I'd be like, I'll sit out. Like, just realistically, like, maybe the pole, I don't know. I would probably freak out on the pole because I'm scared of fights. But maybe the pole, like, I have pretty strong legs. So, like, maybe I would have thought I had a fighting chance at that. But, like, I would have known that I could not, like, I had pretty weak arms. I can't beat somebody in grip strength. And I would have sat out. And so sometimes I just feel like Venus, I'm like, girl, you sit, anyway. But I get also, like, you're only on Survivor once.
You want to participate,
compete, whatever. This group also has literally no sense of unity, so they don't give a rat's butt about giving somebody else rice and sitting out. Whereas, like, last season, like, it took them Jeff slashing the bag, but like they did it. But yeah, so then Charlie won. They get back to camp. What happened when they got back to camp?
I don't even remember.
Oh.
Kenzie was like, we should do Tiff. She said that the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Kenzie was pretty adamant about, like, we need to flush Tiff out because she has an idol.
Well, I think Maria maybe mentioned it to Kenzie. She was like, do you want to go for her this time? And Kenzie was like, I don't know, like, it'll be really bad if she plays the idol and we all voted for her and she comes back to camp with us. And so I think she was really hesitant about it. And then I feel like they definitely edited the conversations and the, like, interviews with the players to make it not super obvious that they were going for Tiff. Because I feel like I was kind of surprised when they went.
I was really surprised, especially because the way
I thought it was going to be cute.
They read the votes.
Yeah. Which is the whole point. But.
And the conversation with Tiff and Kenzie and Maria. And I know you can't really count on conversations that are before the immunity challenge because they're all, like, theory. But yeah, so they ended up voting out Tiffany. It was like one vote for Q, then one vote for Tiffany, and then it was like 2 more votes for Q, and we were like, all right, he's gone. And then the rest of them were all Tiffany, and we were like, okay. But yeah, she went home. It's the second week in a row that the runner-up to the immunity challenge, especially in which Charlie wins, has gone home.
That's funny.
So
with an idol in their pocket.
So
that's 3 people this season. All 3 of the people that got the idols from the bank.
I wonder if this episode there's going to be a lot of idol looking.
I think so. That's what was in the preview.
Because, like, at this point, there, in theory, are 2 more idols put back if you think that they put Hunter and Tiffany's back.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not for sure. But, yeah, so now we have Ben, Charlie, Maria, Kenzie, Venus, Q, and Liz left. So we have 7.
I think so. Several.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that it's coming down to it.
Yeah.
Like,
I was really convinced that Hunter and Tiff would make, like, final 4.
I wasn't that
like, I feel like they were just, like, strong players.
I thought Hunter was going to keep winning immunity challenges.
Yeah.
And I thought that the week that he didn't, he was going to play his immunity idol.
Yeah, I'm like...
He didn't have a beat on it socially, and that's the truth. Like, and that's his downfall.
Yeah. But his Instagram after the episode aired was hilarious.
What was it?
Him posting... I just deleted... I took, like, screenshots of it because I meant to send it to you. But
Well, I did see that after they announced that they were doing reoccurring players, he was like... He posted something on his story and was like, let me come back. Like, something, like, funny like that.
Oh, this. This was this week.
LOL. That is so funny. Yeah, he's
their little idols.
He's pretty silly, honestly.
Yeah, he's really funny.
But yeah, okay. At this point, Maria and Charlie are my favorites. My sister, shout out Emma, thinks that Kenzie's gonna get sneaky far. I mean, I think she's already gotten sneaky far. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, honestly, I think I liked Kenzie in the first episode. I think she stuck out to me.
I'm pretty neutral towards her, honestly. I don't dislike her.
Yeah, I think she stood out to me right away. I don't even remember why or whatever, but I think she could go far.
I think she's definitely going to make top 4. I could see her. I don't see anyone choosing her to go with them. And I don't see her winning fire making. But I also don't know anything about her fire making skills.
Yeah. I kind of think... I don't know who I think is going to get into the final trouble.
I kind of think Venus will because it feels like they're never going to
her
vote her
around?
out. I could see Venus winning one of, like, the last immunity challenges and just stay. And, like, the week that they were going to vote her out, then she wins and then she stays.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know who would win in fire making, Venus versus Kenzie, but...
Yeah, I could see somebody bringing Venus with them.
I think if Maria and Charlie are still in it, then they're going to bring the other one.
So.
Yeah. I think that they would bring each other. I think they're pretty loyal to that. Like, maybe they'd have a debate in it like Dee did of, like, should I bring Austin? Because, like, he has a better chance.
Yeah, I think it would be a pretty similar situation.
Yeah, but I think that they still would.
Yeah. I want Charlie to win it, but I'm scared.
I know. I would be more than okay with Charlie or Maria winning it. I really like both of them.
I think they've played a good game so far.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. The returning players season.
Oh yes,
what are your
50.
thoughts?
I didn't watch 41 or 42. Was 42 Gabler?
Surprising to me.
I think 43 was Gabler.
Yes, 43
watched that.
was Gabler.
We watched that
I didn't
together.
watch Gabler. I watched the next one.
I watched it while we lived together then.
Yeah. I watched the one with Jam Jam. Jam Jam was 44.
Yes, 44.
D was 45.
Yes. So I don't know anybody from 41 or 42. Sue me. But I would love to see Carson play again.
I really want Carson to play again.
I would love, obviously, Hunter to play again. I don't even remember who else was in. There was one girl. What was her name? I think it's like Sarah or something.
I'd love to see Austin play again, but I think that Julie or Emily has a way better chance of getting back from that season. I think Emily's 100% going to play again.
Emily
Jeff
would
loves
be so
her.
fun.
Jeff loves her. I don't really care about her, but, like, Jeff's obsessed with her.
Oh, Noelle.
I don't know her.
Noelle from 43. I think that's who I want. She's a Paralympian track and field athlete. She's pretty slay. I also liked Cassidy on that season.
I also wonder, like, how far back in the archives are they going to go? Like, would they let, like, Amber play again? Would they let
Amber
Yule?
would not play again.
No, I'm not saying that Amber wants to. I don't think Amber wants to.
You think
like,
that they would ask
would
her?
they let Yule play again? Like how wide are they throwing this net? Or do you think they're just going to do
I feel like they would
41 through 49?
Jeff said that he's not limiting to New Era. But I think if I were on the team of people deciding, I would limit it to people that have played twice or less.
Oh, I agree.
Because I'm like, we know how Boston Rob plays. We don't need to see him play again.
No.
We know how Amber plays. We don't need to see her play again. I don't think she would even say yes
Amber
anymore.
doesn't want to play again.
Parvati, like, no. Like, I'll love her to death, but no. She doesn't need to play again. Like, basically anybody on Winners at War, minus, like, Michelle and a few more people. Like, maybe 2 or 3 more people.
How many times has Yule played?
I don't know.
I thought he had only played twice.
I'm not sure. But
I just love him.
I like Michelle a lot, and she's only played twice.
I also really like Natalie, but I think Natalie's played a ton.
Yeah, I think she played
3 times.
Yeah.
I really like Natalie, though.
Yeah.
I want them to do... I want them to incorporate... In some season, I don't know which one. It could be 50, it could be a different one. I want them to incorporate people like Parvati and Boston Rob, but maybe them not play. Like how they did the
Sandra
Island of Idols. Like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people really liked that, but like, I think our friend Zach didn't really like it. But I think it's cool, like incorporating older players, but then not playing. I agree. I think limiting it to people who've only played twice or less is probably smart. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I hope that before 50 they do a theme season. Like a Redemption Island, Exile Island.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like
something.
David versus Goliath, but yeah, some sort of like... I really like Exile Island. I like the setup of 40 where like you can earn your way back onto the show. Like, I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
50's not that far away.
It's really not, because...
It's what, 2 years? 3 years?
Yeah, what
We're
is
on
it?
46.
We're on 46 right now.
It's 2 a year.
So we'll have 47 in the fall. 8. No, yeah, so yeah, exactly what you just said. It'll be spring of 2026. The same time that Verity will come out.
Oh, perfect.
Well, that's all we've got. We'll see you next Monday. Maybe.
Gorgeous.